What's up, guys? It's your girl, Mac Cox. I did a thing. I am your quilty BFF, and I want to talk to you about these. So you guys know that QuiltCon is coming up. QuiltCon, everybody's going to have their statement pieces. Everybody's going to be doing their thing, and I wanted to be able to play too. So I was thinking that maybe I wanted to do my own shoes. Were they going to be comfortable enough for me to march all around QuiltCon in? And I think these will. I'm going to change out the insoles to something that's a little more comfy for me because I'm a big girl and so it's a lot of weight on these feet. So I like them to be as comfortable as possible. But these shoes actually mold to your feet because you make them. That's right. I made these shoes. So I knew that I wanted to play. I knew that I was going to want a statement piece too. And I knew that I wanted to do these shoes. I'm not the first person to make shoes. I saw these kits a long time ago and they've just been on my list and I finally got to them. This is not, I would say that if you're a confident beginner, like a super confident beginner, you can follow directions. You could do this. This is definitely like an intermediate project though, in my opinion. I took a class over at the Old Town Quilt Shop with Stacy, who walked us through how to do these. And it's a 2-day class and I was able to walk away with a pair of completed shoes. I could not figure out why or how on earth I needed to quilt the fabric before getting there and it still be a 2-day class. After doing it, it totally makes sense. There are people who can do them much faster. And the class was full of people who have already taken the class once, which I thought was awesome. They liked it so much. There were people in there with a whole bunch of shoes. There were people who were making shoes for their friends. It was insane. And the class was full. So they don't play about their classes up there. But this, it's just so cool. Now for the fabrics, I gave you the duo that you didn't know you needed. This is Tula Pink and Matt Cox fabric. My fabric is not currently available in stores. This is sample fabric. I'm just getting you excited about what's to come. And yes, my fabric does go perfectly with not just Tula's fabric, but tons of different companies. You're going to love it. My fabric is ombre fabric. And what's cool about this ombre fabric is it's meant to shift in a small section. So I was able to get this color and this color in just this section. It's an ombre that shifts with nothing else on it. It's a smooth ombre. It is right up my alley. I am so excited about it. And yeah, it matches my girl. So I was able to do what I do. Yes, my shoes are 2 different soles because again, I'm me. Why not? And also I'm going to do another 2. So that way I will have at least like 3 different ways that I can wear my shoes. Actually 4. So I'll be able to wear white with white, left white with black right, blah, blah, blah. You get it. I'm going to be able to switch them around if you do it this way. If you are cool with wearing multiple colored shoes. I also wanted to know if making my own shoelaces were a possibility. I used the connecting threads tutorial. It turns out I can. The only thing that I would probably change, is I don't know that I would change anything about that tutorial. I also was able to find some shrink plastic. So the end of my shoelace looks like, a shoelace. Okay, there we go. And if you use the 3mm plastic shrink wrap, it goes right in and you've got shoelaces. What? Customize your shoelaces and your shoes? We are cooking with gas. Tools that I think make this much easier are the cam press. If you do not have a cam press, get one. Look into it. It's the tool that you didn't know you needed. I probably should add the cam press tool to my list of things that you could get as a gift for the holiday season. That would be an absolute great gift. It helps us to punch the holes and set it. If you use that, you can get through this so much faster than we did. Also, an awl. An awl is a pointy tool that graduates from the pointy end to a larger size at the back. It looks like a stiletto. It is not the same thing. You want an awl, and that will help you get through this project so much better. That and a person to walk you through it. I'm so glad that I had Stacy. She was amazing, and she's the reason why I was able to complete this, because I did some strange stuff, because turns out I am the world's worst student because I'm too busy trying to break the mold, too busy trying to talk to people and too busy trying to be awesome. What can we change? Oh my goodness. I was getting on my own nerves. So take a class, guys. Also, I added embroidery to mine. Y'all know I'm a churn dash girly. So I went ahead and threw this on my brother and churn dash that up. Make sure also that you do some tight quilting. Don't do it too spacious. You will not be happy, I don't think. Fussy cut your toes, which is awesome. Love the fussy cut toes. Buy awesome eyelets. Take your time. Give yourself grace. There's nothing perfect, but this is pretty cool. Also, my last tip, something that people didn't want to do the work to do. I went ahead and did it. This is the pattern for the shoe because you buy a shoe kit. You can see that it's at an angle, which means if you want this face to be sitting parallel to the shoe or whatever you fussy cut to sit parallel, you need to figure that out. And it's not the easiest thing to figure it out. I'll walk you through how I did it at the end of this video. Here is the tongue. Please also note, these are not identical. They look, they seem, they feel like they're identical, but you really do need to flip the left and the right. They are not the same. Those are all the tips and tricks that I have for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. I hope you guys try this. Again, I took the class at the Old Town Quilt Shop. Also notice that when you see samples online, there are some people who do a binding here, and there are some people who do not have a binding. I think a binding gives you more opportunity to zhuzh your shoe. Pick the method that is best for you. I think Elisa does the non-binding method, and then Stacy does the binding method. Again, up to you. Here is a guide that you get from the Chicago, I think it's the Chicago Sneaker Company. And yeah, it's a thing. Sneakers. I want to make a bunch of them. It is not the most inexpensive thing that I've ever done, but I'm a quilter, so you get what you get. You don't throw a fit. I bought 2 pair. I plan on doing another white and black pair so that they can all be mixed and matched. Really looking forward to it. Check out my fabric. Make sure you guys go to your local quilt store and say, hey, we need you to order some Maccouture fabric. There's a reason. It's awesome. All right, you guys, I will catch y'all on the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider liking, commenting, subscribing, and checking out the Pop Culture community where you can find out that I did stuff like this like a month ago when I did it. I don't know. All right, catch you later. Bye-bye. So, y'all know I'm extra all the time. And I'm taking this class to make these shoes. I mean, these shoes have been so popular this year, and I'm here for it, and I want my pair. So once I finally figured out what fabrics I wanted to use, I knew I wanted to use mine, and I knew I wanted to use Tula because, you know, me plus Tula is like my absolute dream. But here's the thing. Here's the pattern for the shoes, and it has that little curve because, as you know, the shoe is this is the side of the shoe, so it's going to curve around like this. You know that all of this, more than likely, I actually don't know. I don't know what's going to be seen and whatnot. I really don't understand 100% the construction of the shoe, which is why I'm taking a class. But you're supposed to cut out the pattern and you're supposed to do some quilting before you come to class. Cool. So this is my thought process. This face, I wasn't sure if I cared if it was tilted or whatever. And I'm doing something weird, which is putting the face on the inside of the shoes, okay? So this is going to be on the right side. If I tilt it the way that this is, because I've decided I want to make my shoes different colors on either side. So the inside and the outside of the shoe are going to be different. But still, you get this curve, right? And I'm like, do I care? Do I not care? Turns out, I guess I cared. So this one is going to be the right side of the shoe. So this is going to be on the inside for me. This is the right. If you flip it over, it's going to be the left, or if you use the mirror, it'll be the left. So I put this where I wanted it to go, and I made it straight. So here's my belly button. This is parallel to my belly button. And I feel good about that. So when you look at the shoe, when it's on the sole, the face should be straight. If I did this, it would be at an angle. And I didn't love that. So I put it straight. I marked where I wanted it to be. Then I grabbed my friction pen and I marked the center right here. So this is where I decided I wanted it to be. This is how I wanted it to look. I marked the center here and here. Then I drew a line 1/4 of an inch from there because I'm going to seam this. Now I'm going to fold this back on the seam because although my fabric appears plain, it's, you know, it is, but I want the gradation to go smooth from heel to toe or toe to heel. I don't want it to be at an angle like this. I don't know why, but I don't. So I'm going to take this fabric and I'm going to figure out and lay it with that angle. That angle is my cut line. I could crease that better, but whatever. And I'm going to figure out what will allow this to hit the gradation where I want it to hit, which means I'm going to be sewing this at an angle also because we want to have this parallel to me. So there we go. So once I figure this out, where I want the gradation to hit, I think I want the darkest part at the toe, which will be right there. I'm going to draw that line and then I'm going to sew it together so that it's enough fabric to hit this curve. I know it's weird, but I figured I would show you guys that. And for people who are doing this weirdness, they will probably grasp the concept too because they're trying to do something crazy. Welcome to my crazy. And this is just the prep work. This is not anything else. We are just prepping it. There's more crazy coming because, again, you've met me before. I keep talking about folding it. I really don't need it. So I can just cut it off because I know that that is the angle. All this fussy cutting and craziness. All right. I know that I want to sew that 1/4 inch in. So that's just done. Now we can lay out our fabric. I took out some of those wrinkles just because it was so wrinkly. All right. Now let's see what we got here. This goes like this. That goes about there. And we want this to shoot out straight. So technically, I guess I could pin this. Is that right? Okay. And now we know. Maybe I should put 2 pins in there. There we go. Sew tights would have been great right there too, right? Sew tights. And now I know I want the toe to be this dark green right there. And I want it to gradate like that. So we are going to mark this. This is the toe area right here. This is this. This is this. Now I know that I'm going to mark 1/4 of an inch to the left of this. And then I'm going to sew it together. And though this is going to be weird, the pattern is going to sit on it funny, but the actual fabric will be sitting the way that I want. Yes, 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 yes. Now that I've drawn that line, I'm just testing this theory. So I'm overlapping about 1/4 of an inch, and it looks good to me. So I'm going to cut it and hope that I did this properly. Ooh. Let's take this out. Match up these angles here. Probably should have made these the same height, but I think we're going to get our desired effect. I think we're fine. I think we're fine. Let's see. Okay, so I did that, and I'm just checking. And it feels right because this is going up in the same way that that is. And I'm just going to sit this on the line here. And it looks like we got action. That's where, yup, we do. It's laying straight here and it's laying straight here. And I'm officially the girl who does way too much all the time. Now I need to open this seam and back it with SF 101. Then make my sandwich and quilt this puppy. But first, I need to do the same thing with the other side. Yes, the two shoes are going to be two different colors because, again, you've met me before. Doing it again just in case I seem cray-cray. I have measured this and I just took off that angle 1/4 of an inch from where I've marked. And now I'm deciding, do I want the toe to be light or dark? And I've decided that I want the toe to be dark on this one. So it's going to land right about there. And again, I've got it parallel to my belly. And I'm going to mark the bottom. I'm going to mark, this is where the shoe ends or the pattern ends. This is the little thing here. There we go. This is the top. This is the bottom. Now we're just going to mark 1/4 of an inch to the right. I love Creative Grids rulers for 1/4 inch markings. That is not necessary, but if you're somebody like me who likes all the things, there you go. All right, we're doing this. Now I'm going to cut away. You can check to see if it's gonna do what you want. And it looks like it will. That's parallel and that's parallel. Just about. There we go. There we go. Oh, it's 1/4 inch that way. There's where it will land once it's sewn. And that looks good. Y'all are like, why do you want it to? Because I'm going to quilt this at an angle. So just bear with me. A lot's coming.